Dysphoria often comes in waves, and that wave may now be at its highest. So today I'm sharing about 6 tips to help you cope with dysphoria during this tough age of social distancing. The biggest one that can help not just with our dysphoria but in many other areas is maintaining or creating some semblance of a routine. The outbreak of COVID-19 has turned a lot of our lives upside down in very stressful ways. For me, I was going from, having meetings every day, going to class, seeing clients, having social engagements, to basically nothing, and it's all online now. So my routine was shot to shit. And it's very stressful to go from having a bunch of things on your schedule to nothing at once, and you just don't really know what to do with yourself. At least that's how I feel. That can bring up feelings of stress and discomfort, and it can create a space for that dysphoria to come in. So this is a great time to create a new schedule, a new routine, maybe one that's even better than the one you had before, that can help add a sense of stability. That's something that we can have control over right now in a world that is very unknown and scary right now. We can have a little bit of control over what we do each day in our lives, and that can give a little bit of peace that can help mitigate those feelings of dysphoria should they come up. But that brings us to number 2. Should those feelings come up, let yourself feel. Because I know this all too well. When you repress emotions for too long, I think like 24 years before I started coming out, it gets bad. It festers, it grows, it gets worse. You push it down, it comes back worse. You push it down, it comes back even worse. Let yourself feel those emotions so you can have that release. Release the pressure, because that dysphoria will build and get worse over time. Remember this for the bad things so they don't continue to build up, but also remember, feel the good things about being who you are. You're on this journey to live your most authentic life. Remember that as well, and give yourself the time to feel the gratitude for that. Because we need that balance right now. We need those positive emotions right now too. Number 3 really relates to social distancing. And I like to reframe this. I've heard people call this physical distancing, because we don't want to completely take away that social component. I know from my experience, being able to connect with people is a great way to reduce those feelings of dysphoria. If I'm having a shitty day, if I'm feeling bad about how I look or how I sound, I can reach out to somebody who loves me for just who I am, and they can give me that sort of support that I need that can help kind of reduce those distressing emotions, get rid of that dysphoria. It is a wave, remember, and we need to do things to help cope with it. Write it out so then it can subside again. And having somebody, or even better, multiple people that you can talk to, whether it's in person if you live with them, more than likely on the phone, text, through webcam, through video game chat, whatever. Just have somebody who can help you see that you should love yourself more in that moment. Somebody who loves you for you, that can help you remember to love yourself for you as well. Engage in self-love. It's cheesy, but it is important, especially right now. And number 4, and kind of number 5, related to this, do things throughout your day, throughout your week, that help you feel good physically. And if we're talking about dysphoria, do things that help you feel good about who you are, that help you feel good about the way you look, that help you just feel good about being you. Whether that's like taking the extra time to put on makeup even if nobody sees it, or taking the extra time to put on a nice outfit, or even just something simpler like remembering to take a shower because it makes you feel better, even if you're not going anywhere. That also relates to kind of having that routine again, doing those things that help you feel normal, that help you feel that things are a little more in control, that things are a little more stable, at least in your immediate world. As an extension of that, do things that just generally make you happy. If you're finding those moments where I want to play video games for a little while, or I want to watch Netflix because I need to relax and calm down, or just have a moment of joy, do that, because that can help, again, subside and balance out some of those negative feelings we may be experiencing when we're isolated to our homes, not doing the things we normally do, and maybe not connecting to the same people or as many people, or at least not in the same ways. These feelings can a lot more easily creep in, so it's important to just be much more mindful about how we're coping with this. And this kind of relates to some things I'm saying, but do things that make you feel good mentally as well. Do those sorts of exercises of self-love, things that just really help clear your mind, of really help you get in a better headspace. For me, some of the things that work best for me is starting my day with meditation, starting my day with a little bit of exercise. And the exercise helps me feel good physically and mentally. Like I feel better in my body, which then just helps me feel better in general from like an emotional perspective. And then the meditation kind of just helps me start my day in a peaceful, tranquil way. It kind of helps me focus on things that maybe I wasn't thinking about, or maybe things that I want to focus on for that day to feel more fulfilled or happier. Just do those things that really resonate with you and put you in a good headspace. And meditation and working out in the morning may sound awful to you, so find the things that work for you. We generally all have things that we enjoy to do, and our lives have slowed down. We're not going out into the world as much. Use a little bit of that time to spend a little more time doing the things that make you feel at home, that make you feel like you, that make you feel just invigorated. So the last point number 6, is something I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Dysphoria comes in waves. Think of it like a sine wave. To engage in my nerdy engineering background, you have those experiences where your dysphoria gets worse, and then you have those times where it subsides, maybe gets worse, and it subsides. But that's an important point. It may get worse, but it will eventually subside. Remember that each experience of dysphoria is temporary. It eventually subsides. Keeping that in mind can help it make it more manageable, because if I'm in this moment experiencing dysphoria, I can remind myself that there is an endpoint, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and that can get me in a better mindset. And that mindset alone may make that light come sooner. I can look at past experiences and know that I've gotten through them, know that episodes of dysphoria have been temporary in my past, tells me that ones in the future will also be temporary. They fucking suck. Nobody's gonna argue with you on that. But it is temporary, you will get through it. Remember these coping skills and any other ones that I haven't mentioned that may work for you. They can make that experience of dysphoria more manageable and maybe even those episodes shorter. So just remember all of these things. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of these coping skills with dysphoria. Any of these you find personally helpful, or some of them are just a crock of shit to you. Let me know if there are other ones that work for you that I did not mention. Please stay safe in this crazy and weird world we find ourselves in. Remember to take care of yourself and those you love. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Tipsy and I love you so very much. Remember to give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Bye for now.